What's going on, everyone? For today's video, I gathered some of my favorite holiday movies to make a list for you to get some ideas from. I have categorized these films into 4 categories: classic stories, animated and family, spooky, and funny. There will be timestamps in the description if you're looking for a more specific type of film. Without any further ado, let's get started. Starring Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, Spirited is a musical comedy that tells the tale of a modern version of Charles Dickens' Ghosts of Christmas. The film follows the rich and pessimistic media consultant Clint Briggs as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come comically attempt to redeem him. Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds just have really great chemistry, which makes this film a fun watch. And sticking on theme, there are numerous film adaptations of Charles Dickens' original story, A Christmas Carol, in which the insufferable businessman Ebenezer Scrooge is visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come in a haunting that will change the trajectory of his life. Disney's 2009 animated version starring Jim Carrey is worth the watch, though I'm sure there are plenty of other good ones out there. Now, whether you watch the live-action version with Jim Carrey or either of the animated versions, The Grinch is a classic story. Following everyone's favorite mean, green creature, the Grinch has a heart 2 sizes too small. So he doesn't have room in his heart for the Who's of Whoville or their Christmas enthusiasm. Aggravated with the noise of the festivities, the Grinch decides to steal Christmas. Home Alone is a cultural phenomenon. The first 2 films follow everyone's favorite mischievous kid, Kevin McAllister, as he winds up alone and creates elaborate traps to take down bandits. The other films follow different kids, but all take a similar approach, and the kids stir up quite a bit of chaos in their attempts to stop evil in its place. Santa Claus is Coming to Town and The Year Without a Santa Claus are 2 classic stop-motion films, full of nostalgic characters like Heat Miser, Snow Miser, Mother Nature, Burgermeister Meisterburger, the Winter Warlock, and of course the Clauses. My list would not be complete without these films. I debated putting this film on the list, but after 20 years, Elf has established itself as one of those Christmas movies that gets watched every year. The film follows Buddy the Elf, who is actually a human, and was accidentally brought to the North Pole as an orphaned baby. Being a human makes Buddy feel like an outcast, so he sets out to New York City in search of his biological father, a cynical businessman. What is up with Christmas movies and having businessmen with sticks up their asses? Are they like the personification of Satan to the movie makers? I don't know, maybe. Unfortunately, integrating into the human world does not prove easy for Buddy, and things get a bit chaotic. Up next, we have Arthur Christmas, a fun film that employs a high-tech, modern Santa operation as opposed to the classic workshop we are used to seeing. The film's events kick off when the unthinkable happens and Santa misses one of the millions of kids on his nice list. In response, Arthur, Santa's youngest son, sets out to make things right. Now, while Arthur Christmas is an excellent family film, be warned. As a child, this film traumatized me because the high-tech elves employed some sort of sleeping gas to avoid detection by curious children. And I had woken up at like 12 a.m. on Christmas Eve and couldn't fall back asleep because I was so genuinely afraid of getting gassed by these elves. So if you have a kid with a vivid imagination, might not be it. This might not be it. I still liked it, but yeah. Now, Klaus has an incredibly beautiful style of animation which makes the film a joy to watch in and of itself. But taking a look at the plot, Klaus follows a postman who has proven himself to be the worst student at the Postal Academy. As a result, he is sent to work in a desolate northern town where he finds a reclusive toy maker named Klaus and attempts to bring life back to the town. It's a really cute story with a unique style, so I would definitely say give this one a watch. The Polar Express is, well, it's something. Some sort of blend of nostalgia, nightmare fuel, and Christmas adventure. The Polar Express follows a Santa denier as he takes a magical train to the North Pole as a part of a journey of self-discovery. I feel like my list wouldn't be complete without this film, despite the trauma that it caused me. When I was young, a train would run by my house, and subsequently my bedroom would shake, just as the boys' room did before the Polar Express appeared. And because of the strange contents of some of the train's cards, I was genuinely concerned that the Polar Express was coming to kidnap me whenever my room began shaking. So again, if you've got a child with a vivid imagination, this one might scar them. It's funny now though, so I don't think that it had any lasting impact. You're probably fine. A newer one on the list, Violent Night follows a rich family who is taken hostage by a group of mercenaries on Christmas Eve. Luckily for the family, the youngest child is full of Christmas spirit and communicates with Santa Claus, who comes in to show that he is no saint. Krampus is a bit goofy for a horror film, but that kind of makes it good for the Christmas season. The film follows a dysfunctional family that causes their youngest member to lose his festive spirit. As a result, the horned beast Krampus and his followers arrive to punish the naughty family. Up next is everyone's favorite Halloween to Christmas transitional film, The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film follows Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, as he becomes bored of his old spooky holiday and stumbles across the magic of Christmas Town. Unfortunately, Jack Skellington's style isn't exactly joyous. And the fate of Christmas is put into question. Now, Christmas with the Cranks follows a man named Luther, played by Tim Allen, and his wife, Nora, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, as they plan to throw Christmas tradition to the wind on their first Christmas without their child. Instead, the two plan to take a lovely vacation to the Caribbean. However, they shortly become the fools of Christmas as their overbearing neighbors turn them into social outcasts, and everything begins to fall apart. Comically, of course. Up next, the Bad Moms are at it again, and this time they're gearing up for the holidays. A Bad Moms Christmas follows everyone's favorite Bad Moms, Amy, Kiki, and Carla, as they decide to rebel against traditional expectations of mothers around the holidays. Unfortunately for them, their own bad moms show up and kick their plans in the ass. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special follows the comedic Guardians as they plan to throw a Christmas celebration on Nowhere to combat Quinn's homesickness. However, things go south when Drax and Mantis decide to go to Earth and collect the perfect gift: Kevin Bacon. Now, the Hallmark Christmas movies are quite the cultural phenomenon. Many people love them, many people hate them, many people love to hate them. I am probably one of the haters. I'm just not really a fan of romance movies, which would make me the perfect victim for the next romance and holiday-hating workaholic love interest in a Hallmark movie. But I do not feel like the list would be complete without mentioning this option at the very least, so we're just throwing this in here. Anyways, thank you all for watching today's video. If you have any thoughts to add or movies you'd like me to take a look at next, leave a comment below. Also, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to support me. As always, be good people, love others, and love yourselves. Peace.